overview of self-service IP. This recording will last approximately 5 minutes and run through the addition and deletion of IPs for the email and web security services. Firstly, select the configuration option where the self-service IP sections can be found. Select the service you wish to configure. We shall look at the email service IP configuration first. There are then two options to choose from: inbound to you, or where you would like your mail delivered to, and outbound from you to messagelabs. Users that can access these areas need to have edit configuration permissions in ClientNet. On this screen, there are a number of items to note. Firstly, at the top there is a red, amber, green indicator as to the status of the inbound IPs configured. The indicator here refers to an IP that has been requested, though yet to run through all of the messagelabs due diligence tests. For further information on each, there is a help menu indicated by the question mark on the right-hand side. Your global default settings are shown in priority order. From here you can alter the delivery priority, check a route, add new routes, and also delete old ones no longer in use. We shall choose to add a new route initially. To add a new route, simply add the new IP with an email address to send confirmation to and press Add. Once this is selected, messagelabs perform tests on the IP, including connectivity tests, to ensure that we can successfully deliver to the proposed IP. These tests can take up to 5 minutes, and once complete, an email will be sent to the address given and the IP will be added. You can then view the IP either in the defaults or alternatively for a particular domain that you have selected to alter. A full changelog is available below to view any alterations made, by who and on what date. This can also be downloaded in CSV format. Before we head to the outbound configurations, you can see the pending IPs awaiting testing and adding to your configuration. We shall now spend a few moments looking at configuring the IPs that we will accept mail coming outbound from you to the messagelabs infrastructure for scanning and forward delivery. There is no priority order for these IPs and can be individual IPs or a range denoted by the subnet mask. To delete an IP, simply select the corresponding delete button to the IP you wish to remove. There are then a number of reason codes that you can select from, followed by any additional notes that you may wish to add, and if relevant, an internal ticket number. Then press Confirm to action the deletion. This will then propagate in up to 4 hours across the messagelabs global infrastructure. As with the inbound routes, there is a full and complete changelog kept for audit purposes. Additions are made in exactly the same way as inbound routes, and will go through the messagelabs technical checks, such as open relay tests. We shall now move on to the addition of web routes, from where we accept connections from you to the messagelabs web scanning infrastructure. Firstly, select Web Security Services from the menu on the left-hand side. Then select Web Routing. You will then see all of the routes that are provisioned on the messagelabs infrastructure. Again, you have the option to add and remove designated routes. To delete a web route, select the Delete button adjacent to the relevant IP. You are provided with a selection of reasons and a notes field for inclusion into the changelog to monitor and track changes to the web security setup. Once the action, and in this case delete, is selected, the change will propagate and be live on the messagelabs infrastructure within 5 to 10 minutes. The other option that is provided here is the ability to add new web routes. By default, you are permitted 3 entries containing up to 16 IPs in each range. To add the IP or IPs, enter the start IP and the end IP and press Submit. Again, any changes to the web security services will propagate around the messagelabs global infrastructure within 5 to 10 minutes. If you require additional routes over and above the standard, you will need to select the Web Route Fees option. The following screen will show the number that you are allocated, then select Increase Capacity. You will then be shown the order screen, where you can request the number of additional routes you wish to add and the associated price. Just below the calculation and the price, you will be required to add a purchase order number and select the checkbox to confirm. Once you are happy with the change, select the Buy option. This will then be automatically invoiced to your account and capacity granted to increase your route allowance. As with email, messagelabs provides a full change log to monitor changes to the system. This then concludes the messagelabs overview for self-service IP. Additional assistance can be gained from the help menus to the right of each section and the messagelabs support team.